Orange County accounts for nearly 10% of California's economy. How are the state's budget woes affecting the county? Here with us now is Orange County's Treasurer, Chris Street. Mr. Street, welcome to Bloomberg News.
Nice to be back, Mark.
Sir, it's a difficult situation for your state. We've seen Governor Schwarzenegger, we've seen some of the lawmakers in Sacramento lamenting the fact that California is really feeling this global economic downturn. It was showing up in housing, the numbers of new homes built, the foreclosures and whatnot. What's your state situation right now?
Well, this is a state who, in the last 2 years, when we could see this coming, continued to spend and actually continued to add employees. They added 2,000 more employees last year. So they just have taken the irresponsible track, and now they're paying for this huge problem that everybody saw coming.
What's the effect on localities?
Well, for most localities, actually a smaller effect. We're actually funded usually by property taxes, and people somehow think that interest rates and the changes that have taken place have really affected housing in a very negative way. But in California, we have what's called Prop 13. That held down our assessed values, so our property tax collection is actually still up this year.
And we should mention, just comparatively speaking, because I've heard this time and time again, if California was a separate economy, it would be about the 8th largest economy in the world, correct?
That's correct.
So this is an impact that is not just felt in California. It has had ripple effects, tentacles, if you will, that stretch from coast to coast.
Well, I think this is the beginning of a real revolution in the issue of state government and their revenues, who are just starting to feel these effects.
Was this something that happened because of the global downturn, or was this something that was starting to creep up over time?
Oh, this could be seen for a long, long time coming.
Really?
It's reliance on lots and lots of debt, reliance on really seriously flawed economic projections, but most importantly...
Overly rosy projections?
Overly rosy projection, and especially about where real estate was going to go. How could real estate rise any higher than it rose in California?
How do you fix this problem?
Well, I think that this is a self-curing problem, because I think they're about to really hit the wall. You're going to then force everyone into a room and talking about living within their own means.
Sir, you're the treasurer of Orange County. Folks who are familiar with California know Orange County knows, they know it's a fairly wealthy location. Give us a sense on how this has impacted residents of your county. You know, at first people always talk about, well, you know, it was a subprime problem. But even those holders of prime mortgages, they're feeling this too.
Well, I've always felt that this was going to be a prime mortgage problem, and that's just started to hit Orange County. We have about 7% unemployment versus the state's close to 11%. But we're just starting to see these effects. You're starting to lose lots of the marginal employed, and they're showing up looking for benefits from the safety net.
Should holders of local bonds from the state of California be concerned?
Local bonds, I think, have less of a challenge than the state does. Once again, the state's challenge is that they've been spending increases at 8% compounded, and for the last 2 years, these revenues have actually been going down and look to stay down.
Even with this dire situation, you have weighed in against California asking the federal government for help. Why?
Well, when I actually testified in front of Barney Frank,
right,
May 5th, and at the time, no one was willing to testify and take the risk of, quite frankly, being chastised by the federal government to come up and really talk the truth. I was concerned that it's the AIG problem. If you give California the guarantee, you destroy the credit quality of every other government agency in the country. And if you give California this benefit and then you give it to everybody else, I thought you'd risk the AAA rating of the United States. That's now in play.
How's the employees' retirement system, the pension fund? It's $6.5 billion. How's that investing in this environment?
Well, I don't think we've changed a lot of our investment, although we have responded to the fall in equity prices. We've actually increased our equity participation. So with our efforts to be counter-cyclical, we've actually done a little better.
Chris Street, treasurer of Orange County, California, kind enough to join us here in studio today. Sir, thanks. I appreciate it.
Nice to see you, Mark.
You too.